See. There it is. Yes, this is where we were. Okay. So let's just recap what we just did last time. Last time it was getting Lua to work, getting Lua scripts to read, and getting them to update through a script component. So we made the script component, we fleshed it out, we played around with the Lua bindings. So what else did we do? We made the singleton, right? We added the singleton back into the project. We made this obsolete. This can go. And if we just go through the logic of our script component, what we have is we create a script component which gets a path, right? And it creates a environment, right? A Lua, well, a Sol environment. And a Sol environment is kind of a, what's the correct terminology here? It's kind of like a sandbox, a closed-off environment inside of the Lua global space, where you can create variables and like do whatever you can normally, like in the global space. But the interesting thing is, you can set up one environment with the exact same variables and variable names, and then you can copy it over, right? So you can have two environments that can access the same global state of Lua, but their internal state of the environment itself is separated, right? So an example here is you'd have your game object, right? Local game object that the script is connected to, and that will be one Lua environment. And then if another game object has a different script, right, another script component, that would also have an environment with the same game object class, like a variable, but it would point to a different game object, right? That's what we're doing here. We have created the environment by using our Lua state. We create the environment, and then we give it the Lua globals. This is kind of disgusting, but yeah, that's what you get when you use singletons. In our init function, what we do is we get the parent, right, of the script. We say to our environment, create a game object variable if it's not there already, and you assign this pointer, right? So this implicitly already sets the type to be of game object type. Then we load and execute the script. Why do we execute the script here? Good question. I also try to wrap my head around that. But let's say you have some stuff that needs to happen, get initialized outside of functions, outside of the update, outside of the render, whatever functions that we define right here. That part of the Lua script has to be executed. So that's what's being done there. And what we do is we store our functions that we have written in Lua. Well, we first try to find them. When we find them, we store them in these protected functions. And then we check if they're valid, right? They're actually of the type function. And if they are, well, actually, if they aren't, then we say this script does not have an init function, doesn't have an update function, doesn't have a render function, whatever. These booleans are stored locally per script component. And then everything happens as it would with like a normal script. So you have your update. We check if we have an update function. If not, we return. And then we call the Lua update. We store its result. And if the result is not valid, then something went wrong inside of that script. And we print that out. Right? This could be, I don't know, some syntax error. This could be like a logic error. This could be a null pointer somewhere, right? The result will show us that something went wrong outside of C++, but inside of Lua. And this pattern then repeats for each of the scripts. So if I bring back our to-do, right? We did our script component. We have the init, right? So now what we should do is we should probably go and try to edit scripts inside of, like, create scripts during the runtime of the program, right? Through imgui, it could be nice. But before doing that, I would like to be able to show through imgui a scene graph, right? So for that, what we need are scenes. And then probably also a scene manager, which should also probably be a singleton. So let's rework this to do, right? Let's remove all of that. Let's write down what we want, right? We want, I'm thinking, we want scenes. Then what we want are a scene manager. After that, we probably use a graph. Then what we want is, what is it that we want? We want kind of like an inspector window, I think. Yeah, like that makes sense. And lastly, script components. Editor inside of the inspector window. Would that be feasible in the next 2 hours? Maybe, maybe not. Depends on what happens, kinda. I can put this somewhere on the screen, right? But oh, my character is glitching. Can I give this like a background, some color, opacity, background color? Something grayish. but then also the opacity. Okay, I think that works. Yeah, okay. So, scenes. What are they? Why do we want them? What will they give us? Let's I can close this. Oh yeah, here. This is a Lua script that I had for testing purposes. Another thing that we also did is just close all these. Thank you. Here. We created a resource folder. So this is our resources folder, right? In there, we can put our resources, which makes sense. And then in our CMake list, here, what happens is we copy the resources folder into wherever Spark gets generated, right? The executable. But okay. Let's see. Include. Let's make a file, right? Scene.h. Namespace. Spark. And then in here we place a class. Scene. Final. We do this. Now we have our publics. We have our privates. And then up. Oh well. That's default constructed now. But I do want to give scenes a name, probably. Not sure. It would make sense, right? But oh well, let's give it a name. And of course, this is going to complain. No, not GitHub Copilot. Ever since Copilot came to VS Code, it's been so bad at suggesting fixes. But oh well. Good thing I'm a good programmer. Okay, so once we've included string, squiggles go away. Here we'll have a the vector, right? And the vector is going to be of type game object. Oh well, it's going to be of type unique pointer game object. Ugh, really? I don't know if it's a good idea to include game object here. I think we need this actually. Let's just forward declare it in here. Because we're not doing any initialization in here, right? We do want to be able to say we void add game object, right? And then I'm thinking, do I just give it a pointer or do I give it a unique pointer? Honestly, we'll see. Here, the pointer. Another nice thing is if I were to do this, right? If I were to this and then we do an in place game object. Because creating a game object doesn't require much, right? At the moment, especially here. What is this? Make unique game object, right? Instead of making the game object here in like this ephemeral space and then moving it into a scene, why not in place it, right? So that it gets created inside of the scene automatically. Seems logical. But then we will also have to remove them, right? Remove game object. That's also going to require a pointer. Adding them, removing them. Seems adequate, I think. No? Let's give this a default value of 15, right? Now we can add a scene and then a string reference, type name, type. There we go. What else? It would be nice. Maybe. I don't know. If we were to be able to just copy over scenes, right? Not that that's like something that happens, but nah, you know what? Never mind. I don't want that. And then we'll have a virtual destructor, which isn't really necessary because this is a final class, right? It's not like we'll have any derived classes from this one, but for now, this is also default, right? And then we'll have our move classes. Thinking, I always forget how these go. If we want to, we have two operator overloads, right? One copy, one move. Now we have constructors as well. So I think it goes something like this. In const in reference other delete like this, and then scene, and then a scene other also deletes what else, and then it's going to be a scene reference operator equals, right, with again a const. Thank you. Scene reference other also delete. I really can't be bothered making all like these functions because I don't know if like an automatic copy, right? If they like the auto generated ones for these are gonna cut it. So I would rather get errors when trying this than yeah, shooting myself in the foot. And then again a scene reference, also an operator. This time also getting a what was it? An R value reference, right? Also delete, right? I think this is correct. Lua instance reference operator const other, yes. All right, okay, seems like I do remember. Awesome. Okay, so that's that. So this is a singular scene which will store our game objects. Oh yeah, of course. What we'll need are our default update, render, the render imgui functions, right? So void updates, void render, void render imgui. What else? I guess getters and setters for the name as well, right? Void that name, const string, string reference name, and then a copy of the string, right? Get name, and then yeah, const, right? We're going to return the name. Adding to the list of game objects, removing a game object. What else? Yeah, removing is just going to mark them as deleted, right? But they will only get deleted at the start of the next frame, like at the end of this frame, right? So we don't lose game objects while updating, right? So probably what remove game object is going to do is it's going to mark the game object as deleted, right? Or to be deleted or something. And then we'll probably have like a private function, right? That's going to kind of be a helper function probably, right? Come on. Private void delete game objects, right? And what delete game object is going to do is it's just going to call the erase function on the vector, right? There's the stud erase, and then there's also stud erase if, and I can use stud erase if to check if the game object is to be deleted, right? If it's alive or not. And yeah, that will be done at the end of the update function, because it doesn't really mean anything to do it at the end of the render. But yeah. Let's see. What else do we have? This feels kind of complete. I'm not sure what else we could need, but I'm kind of wondering. I think what we can do now is probably something like this, right? And then, is there something like create declaration and definition? No? Not found, yes. Okay. It just created c.cpp in the wrong place, but sure. Just move this. Is there a create declaration definition? There's no shortcut for it, I think. Can we do this? It just does the last one it selects, I think. Oh, just the first one, it seems. Oh well, we'll do it like this. Yeah, but it would be nice if it didn't jump each time. Oh well, can't be Interesting, why does it not? Why does it think that there are definitions for these? Okay. In here we can actually include game object. Right. That will help us out. Identifier game object is unidentified. Well, of course it is, because we're not in correct namespace. And then we move everything here. But then these all become obsolete. So what I can do is probably this, and then Control D it, and then there we go. I love shortcuts. And then we can go back. Kinda concerns me. No, not doctrine comment. Yeah, weird. Why do this? It does think, okay. Very weird. Why does it think that the scene class has a already has an update function? Not sure, but I guess we make our own. Scene update. Copy it over and then render, and then render in GUI. So we know that game objects, they update themselves and their children. So all the scene has to do is for reference geo inside of game objects, right? Where we go is we go geo dot well, not dot, because then complains, but we call update. Makes sense, right? And then after get updated, we go delete game objects. In delete game objects, we do a stud erase if, right, inside of game objects, and then we give it a lambda. How does this go again? We first do this and that, then this, right? Let's close these brackets. I don't think we need anything in here, and then we have auto reference probably. Let's give it the reference game object, then return geo do it like this, maybe. Does it now know what a game object is? Been named. Dun, 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 dun. Let's look this up. Erase if, oh my. Needs a predicate, so yeah, it's weird. Why does it not understand? Doesn't really need the reference, so does this work? Okay, well, I guess we give it the actual thing. Unique ETR game object, right? And then in here we have is to be deleted. Is alive. So we could do we set the game object to be deleted, right? Sure. Get is deleted. What's a good name for this? Suggest a name, chat. Need some help. What's a good function? Okay, I'm gonna start with get, right? But like, well, what do we call? Is deleted? Not really deleted yet, so is to be deleted. Could work, but that seems kind of excessively long. What could it be? You could say like is dead or something, or is killed or whatever. I have no clue, but yes, get something like this. So this is going to go over all of the game objects, right? And then it's going to remove them. based on whether or not the game object that we store in the scene has its is to be deleted. That's a true or false, right? So I can go into game object now, and then we have all of this, right? We have our template functions, which doesn't look that great, but can't really do much. Parent, let's just go in here. What we do is we have a bool underscore is to be deleted, right? That's defaulted to false, right? Thinking is child, set parent, get parent is child. Yeah. Oh well, maybe not. And then bool get is to be deleted. Const, right? Nope. Like this. And then I guess we also have a setter for this. Void set is to be deleted. We could rename this to just say like delete or like remove or whatever, right? Yeah, maybe that makes more sense, because if we have a setter, we should also, like with the setter, we should also be able to set it to true and false, right? Which, when this function is called, I really don't want to be able to say in one frame, like one game object sets it, like it should be deleted. The other one in the update list says no, that game object shouldn't be deleted. Could cause for confusion. So just I guess delete, right? And weirdly, it also thinks this exists. Actually weird. Okay. Create the definition of get is to be deleted in windows.web.http.h. Why? Why would you ever want that? That's so weird. That's not what we need. Okay. Sure. Let's delete this. Yeah, this was an example I was giving. Also part of an example. Let's clean that up. The set parent, yes. We actually set a new parent. That's, I think, what we do already, so it isn't a to do anymore. Get parent, get children, child, and then right here we have the void game object delete function, right? And all this does is it sets this to be deleted to true. Yes, sir. And then void, well, not void, it should be a boolean. Game object get is to be deleted, which returns the, come on, is deleted. Does this make sense? Should also be const. Hello. Exactly what we want. Now, if I were to go back to scene, CPP, hey, look, this works. Yeah. It might be. Never mind. I was thinking of like making the delete and get s to delete functions private, such that I could then make GameObject a friend class of the scene, which would mean that the scene could see into the private parts of GameObject and do the read the delete state and logic, whatever, from there. And it wouldn't be visible to any other part of that uses GameObjects. But that seems kind of unnecessary, I guess. You'd want to be able to delete GameObjects from wherever, right? Oh well. And then let's copy over this and just do a render, and then also render mgui, right? Set name here, name. Well, if name dot we always want a name, right? Do it like this. Take it in here. Name. Then add like else, right? And in the else, what would happen is our name would become scene, right? Because we always want this name to be something at the very least, right? Because setting the name to an empty string kind of makes sense to remove a name, right? But yeah, okay. Remove GameObject. It's more or less the same as this, right? Just say go get equals GameObject. It should be in the capture list. Sure. We copied over this GameObject inside of this lambda. In place GameObject, we do is GameObject dot in place back. Does in place back return what it creates? It's a void. And wait, there's a reference. What? It gives you a reference, so like it will make sense, right? Reference is in place back. And then what would it need? Create a game object. I guess make unique a game object. All right, should be fine. Not a plus, we're not doing arithmetic, right? And then this should be a ref. Yeah. And what type is ref? It's okay. Unique pointer. Yeah, I think nice. And then we could later use like perfect forwarding to be able to do that, right? To give our parameters for the game objects directly to this. But is it necessary right now? Not really. And then here we check if game objects, right? If it's not a null pointer, we also check if it's not already in the list. And well, let's do this. Bool is already present. And then that's a std find if and then we have our game objects. And I think I can just do a predicate, right? This does that make sense? Matches the argument list. If I do this, include ranges. Does this work? No. Should work. Come on. What do we need? Dun, 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 dun. Where is find if? Going to find. Dun, 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 dun. Should work, I feel like. No instance of that matches the argument list. Yeah. Might be because we should fill this in, probably, right? Dun, 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 dun. Bum param pum pum param pum pum param pum pum param pum 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 param pum pum param pum pum param pum. Unique pointer of type. Not that. Game object. Please. Here. Return. Should give it this. Game object. Return. Go. Dot get. Goals. Yeah, object. Does this work? And then I guess what this has to be is is not equals to game objects to end, probably. No? Come on. Kinda having trouble here. Why does this not want to? That's in quotation mark. Fix. Okay. We were forgetting a const, it seems like. And then what we do is we game objects dot in place back a make unique think game object with this raw pointer, right? I think this should work if we use std move to give this pointer there. I don't know. Let's ask. Lambda and captures the raw pointer is going to validate somewhere else. Capture by reference or using a safe pointer type. Sure. creates a new game object, copying the raw pointer, which is likely unintended, leading to potential double deletion. Okay, yeah, that was what I was searching for. Cool. Okay. Let's see. This is not what I want. Give me some different music. Yeah, sure, this works. All right, this is the scene class. So it's a scene, and then we'll be adding another layer of indirection to this with scene manager. But I think that's not for today. All right, this is. Oh, hi. Welcome, Rupee Games. Did you just arrive? Always late with this guy. I've been streaming for an hour, man. Where have you been? What did you do? Welcome. Man, you're making the scenes, and I think I've made a basic scene, right? Of course you do. You're not the one programming. You're the one watching. That's easy. Yeah, unless you are programming, and I just don't see it. I don't know. But yeah, 2 more hours. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, so I've made the scenes. Next time will probably be scene manager. Scene manager shouldn't take that long. Just a singleton that stores all the scenes, right? And then just gets updated, right? Oh, you're doing the assignments. The deadline was a week ago. But all right. I hope you don't get scolded. But yeah. Scene manager will get updated in the correct places. We'll add some nice functionality to it. Then we'll be able to create a scene, add game objects to the active scene, right? We'll probably do everything through the scene manager. That way, everything stays clean, right? We don't really have to work with individual scenes if you don't have to. And then after that, we'd be able to query the scene manager for the active scenes contents, right? All of the game objects in it. And that way, we'll be able to go back in like the engine's ImGUI rendering part, create a scene graph there, which is then decoupled from scenes and whatnot. We'll populate it with a nice tree view. And every child element of the tree view will be a game object and its children. And just thinking, they'll all be just like buttons, right? You'll be able to click them. Clicking them, we also have like an inspector window, which won't show anything in the beginning. Clicking on a game object, we'll try to find the inspector window in the ImGUI context and populate that with the data of the game object's ImGUI rendering. What else? Oh yeah, after that, we'll be able to look into the game object that we just pressed and see if it has a script component or not. If it has one, it'll be the game object's responsibility to render it to the inspector window. And yeah, in the script component, then we'll be able to add like a text field, buttons to reload, and then we'll actually have some very nice editing capabilities. And once we have that, that's where the real fun begins. Then we can make our DVD project, right? That I told you guys about. We'll make like a bouncing DVD stuff. And once we have that, we'll take a couple steps back from like the actual engine side of things. And I think then I'll do like a deep dive into Mscripten. So we'll learn about Mscripten, how to compile this C++ into a WASM project and generate like an HTML and JavaScript file that will load the engine in a browser. And when that happens, then we'll be set, right? Then we'll be able to, I don't know, make like a CI/CD pipeline, right? And I'll be able to host like a website with the engine in its current state there. And the engine on that website could then listen to, I don't know, any commits that I make. Those commits will trigger a CI/CD pipeline that will build and I guess dispatch the WASM build to the website. And once reloaded, the website would have the updated engine running. Yeah, I think that's kind of the path that I've made for this project currently. Yeah, I don't know. Give me some feedback. What do you think? Yeah, it's a promising roadmap, but I don't know. Not but. It's an and that I'll have to add there. Promising roadmap, and I'm excited for it. It's gonna be fun. We've been doing this on and off. Next couple streams. Yeah, I wanna like. If only life didn't get like in the way of me streaming or like working on this project. I've been having a like very busy couple of weeks, and streaming hasn't been that ingrained in me yet, so it's not really that big of a habit, which means I slack off. That's something I should apologize for, I feel like. But yeah, my goal is to like keep this up because this project is really something that I've been thinking of like for years now, actually. And just now, I kind of feel ready enough to embark on this project. on this journey of making this hopefully interesting series and project and game engine and whatnot. And if as a byproduct we'd have some cool new toy that everybody can use to make games with and like share some joy and like share some interesting stuff with each other, then hey, all the more happiness and luck for us, I guess. I don't know. I'm tired, but it's nice. I'm seeing we have what, 2 viewers now. Hello, Mr. Second Viewer. We have Rupee Games, my dear friend, always in chat, supporting me. I hope to see you stream one day as well, Rupee. Would be nice. We'd keep each other company in our lonely chat rooms. Yeah, it's kind of weird, this streaming thing. It's nice, like especially starting off seeing that number go from 0 to 1, from 1 to 2. It's rewarding. It's that sweet dopamine that hits your brain, right? That little burst of anxiety. Oh, all right. So I sneezed. Sorry, forgot to mute the mic. Sorry if that bothered you guys. But yeah, maybe, big maybe. If I ever am able to like create a schedule that I can follow consistently, we could have some like, I guess, off days, right? Where we don't really work on a project and like mess around with other stuff, play some games maybe. What if I become like a React streamer as well, right? Every Wednesday maybe. That I just start doing some political stuff. Maybe. Yeah, it's a lucrative business doing the political streaming. I know, reacting to videos, news, especially now with the world in such disarray and chaos. Could make like a quick buck. What do you think, Rupee? Good idea? Bad idea? An hour and 20 already. That's our reaction. Good work. Okay. Nice. Okay. Next stream. I'm okay, no, I'm not gonna continue this this political discourse. This is some dangerous territory. Yeah, no, I do wanna branch out to some more, I don't know, interesting things. Not that this isn't interesting, but having 10 streams back to back, just working on the same project, seeing just lines of code. Yeah, I don't know. Isn't the most interesting for people to watch, to keep watching. Let me put it that way. Oh, I know what I could do. This model that you're seeing right now, the one that's here, waving, shaking his head, right? That's one I made myself. So maybe in the future, there are some things that are lacking, right? No, I don't have any expressions right now on this. The arms don't move, right? It's quite static, right? We rotate, we move our head, sure, but I would love to be able to add some hand tracking to this, right? Some hand tracking, some. Nice. We have a bot in our chat. Welcome, Mr. Metaphysical Tossing ENF. I don't know. Don't mind that guy. Also, don't click on this link. But yeah, adding some hand tracking, some face tracking, getting some eyes and like some eye movements and whatnot. Could be nice. Could be interesting. As like an off stream, right? A relaxing project next to all of this high frequency code that's that's right in front of us at almost 8 hours a day. But yeah, it's nice. Anything else? Kind of trying to think of things that I want to speak and talk about, but nothing that comes to mind at the moment. I think we've made our roadmap, so that was the most interesting thing that I wanted to say this stream. We did our scene. That's nice. We can create scenes now. Next time, scene manager, sure. Oh yeah, maybe. I do want to make YouTube videos as well. So, not sure how, when, why. I'll do it. But yeah, I wanna, I guess, make a video once this this project comes to like it becomes a bit more sizable, right? I'd be able to I don't know, make like a time lapse of everything that I've made of all my streams at the moment, and then it would be interesting to talk about it, to explain to people what the project is, what Spark is all about. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just like grasping at straws at the moment. I'm trying to come up with stuff to talk about. Let's see. I'm gonna try and fill the last 5 minutes as well. So we have like around an hour and 30. Let's think. Now, talking about thinking of talking is kind of weird. It's very meta. I really am bad at just like trying to fill some empty space. Let's sing along, right? The piano. Oh yeah, the music you're hearing. Funny story. The music is completely AI generated at the moment. So if you've ever enjoyed this music and your stance on AI is that it's very bad, shouldn't be used, it's taking our jobs, you should feel bad. If not, keep enjoying the music, I guess. But yeah, the reason I'm using it is because it's completely copyright free. And it does the job. It's calm, nice. Okay enough to listen to without thinking much about it. So yeah, schedule. That one's gonna be important, but I don't know, man. How am I going to? The issue is once I have a schedule there, I'm gonna feel bad. It's too much of a responsibility, right? If I say I'm gonna stream at least 3 days a week, and then I don't, that's me actually breaking a rule that I maybe made myself, but it's gonna weigh hard on my conscience. But currently, I don't have any rules. I'm free. I can stream whenever and however I want, right? But yeah, no, you're right. You're right. I should really stick to a schedule so that people can tune in. You're right. You're right. I know. I know. But yeah, YouTube videos. It would be nice if I could like animate this character, right? Could have like a cartoony YouTube channel with this scientist type guy that's supposed to represent me. That's Mr. Axiom, right? Which is me. Yeah, he's a researcher that that discovered axiomium, right? And then named it after himself very narcissistically. Dude has a very big ego and a bigger head even. That's the backstory. We just decided on that right now, and it's set in stone. Won't change ever again. Yeah. Axiomium. What is Axiomium? It's I don't know. It's in my Twitch bio somewhere. It's the three. No, it's the 119th element, right? With a atomic mass of 319 something, 16. I don't know. What's it used for? I don't know. Yeah, it's an OC, right? Gotta flesh stuff out. Not that it's necessary. Not that I'm gonna make a story with this guy, but you never know. Oh man, can you tell how tired I am? I feel like I'm just yapping at the moment. But yeah, I did fill the 1 hour 30 mark. I did my contractual obligation. We're done here. I'm clocking out. See you next time, I guess. Next time I'm gonna come a bit more prepared. Maybe have some coffee so that I don't become this this loopy. Like any code that I write from this point onwards is probably not gonna work at all, ever. So yeah, no, I'm a danger to myself and my surroundings at the moment if I write any code. It's your turn to stream, Rupi. Send me the link, and then you can stream for 1 hour and 30. Bro is going to dox himself just because I told him to stream. uh, yeah. Right. I'm gonna get ready to sleep. Um, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Good luck with the assignment. Good night. See ya.